So how many of these do you own now? That's what I want to know. That's going to be the real signal of how much has this grown.
I own 9. I own 9. I probably had 5 or 6
9?
back then, yeah.
Back then you had 5 or 6?
Probably, yeah.
Back in the
I've got
old
9
days?
now, yeah.
Okay. So what's changed? Like what wave have you caught, or what wave did you start with?
Well, I hope it's not a wave.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I hope it's not a wave because, you know, we're thinking, you know, not just the next quarter century.
Yeah.
I think before, like when we just started, it was like, all right, hey, there's some friction points in baseball. There's some slow points. There's some challenging points. How do you make it fun? Yeah. But when the game wasn't figured out. We're still figuring out the game.
You mean banana ball?
Banana ball, 100%. And so, you know, now it's just iteration.
Yeah.
You do we only had 1 or 2 games. Now we've had hundreds, and so every game we learn things. I mean, literally, it was a couple of years ago that a game ended on a showdown, play at the plate. That was a tough call. Our umpire missed it, and it was chaos. You know, everyone was upset because the end of the game. So by the next weekend in Nashville, we have the fan challenge. Yeah, as you see, stilts. So by the next week, we have the fan challenge. Yeah. So we literally had fans challenging plays, which is a brand new rule. Yeah. I think it's the ability to move very fast. You know, we can be a speedboat because the reality is, you know, there's no one telling us what we can do. There's no, you know, group of owners. There's no the league office. There's no player. It's all us just saying, how do we make the game better? And so now we've been able to see. And then obviously, every night we're doing 10 to 15 things we've never done in front of a live crowd. So every night we get to see faster, do things work and do things not work. So we're learning faster.
Now, do you have like a writer's room, like you know what I mean? Like do you have like a brain trust, an idea like trust that are sort of coming to you? Is it like, I need 3 innovations, or is this all coming from you?
No, we have a team. So it started with just a few of us. You know, it started with 3 or 4 of us, and then now as we've grown, you know, we have every team has a creative group. So you have a marketing team, a video team, a creative team, a broadcast team, and then the players. People don't realize the players are coming up with ideas every week. So we have we have a forum that everyone submits ideas to, and then we get together, we meet. We have numerous meetings on Tuesdays, and then we get together by the end of the day, a small group, pick the best ones. Then we write it into the script. Then we plan the rehearsals. We do rehearsals all week. I mean, we've been doing rehearsals all day today. We did rehearsals yesterday. So like tonight, there'll be things that no one's ever seen in front of a live crowd. So that's the thing. We were able to, what Walt Disney did best is he thought about how do you control the experience when you walk into Disneyland. Right. And when a sporting event, there's very little you control. You hope your team plays well. And so teams that aren't playing well, it's a tough experience. But no matter how the team plays, we can actually add the entertainment in the show. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, when we first spoke, you know, one thing we talked about was, you know, when finding ball players, you know, you were obviously getting talented young men who are, you know, in various stages of their careers, but might not be terribly familiar with banana ball, and now you're a known quantity, so they're coming to you. I'm sure, I don't know if like talent finding has become easier or different. Like, how has it changed?
It was extremely hard at the beginning. I mean, extremely hard. I mean, our first year, I mean, it was, you know, I think we had 50 total players that we were trying to make for 2 teams, and some of the guys hadn't played in a couple of years. I mean, it was very, very tough. And then the next year was tough. You know, as Jeff Bezos said, you need to be willing to be misunderstood. We were misunderstood like crazy, and we still are. You know, people still think it's just a dancing baseball team. They don't realize that as I look at these guys that pass by, they're professional ball players. You know, first round picks, second round picks, third round picks, fourth round picks. So now, you know, fortunately we have hundreds. I mean, we've had over 1,000 players reach out. But at first it was very difficult. But now also we're extending. We're going to 6 teams next year.
No kidding.
Oh, the Banana Ball Championship League starts next year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's why people, when you first started, it was like, when you wrote about us, it was like, hey, we're just trying this new sport, this new game. But now it's like we're actually creating a sport and creating a league. That's the difference.
When this was a glimmer in your eye, did this like factor into your thinking where you're like, we're going to sell out Major League ballparks, or are you beyond your dreamscape at this point?
I don't think at that point I told anybody, but did I write it down? Yeah. I mean, I think with anything you start, you know, we did Mobile, Alabama, 3,500 fans, and then the next year we did 7 cities, and we did 7,500 fans, and then next year we did a 15,000 seat stadium, and we just kept growing. And so once you saw the demand, you know, at first, you know, we had 50,000 on the wait list. Then it grew to 100,000. And then when it grew to 1 million, and then now it's at 3.6 million. So when you have
for the wait list to get
tickets, just to be able to get a ticket for any game. Any game. So when you see that, then I knew that last year we were over 2 million. I was like, well, we can do football stadiums now because you have the demand. So, and then I had no idea how to do that. None of us did. But that's how you learn. And so like our thing is, what can we try and do that no one's done before, so then we can learn faster to do it better. We're not going to do it great at first.
How many employees do you have now? No idea.
I mean, I know we travel with a couple hundred, but we have 2 tours right now.
Right.
So we have 200 plus here in Baltimore.
Okay.
Right now we have 150 plus in St. Paul. Plus we have a team at home.
Okay.
And then we have other casts that aren't traveling.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's hundreds.
Who's Jesse when you're not around? Is there a different Jesse? Is there
There's no one else in the yellow tux, but I'm just no. I think that's one of the misconceptions. You know, yes, I'm the owner of the team, and yes, I'm very heavily involved. But we have numerous hosts. We have numerous people that lead the show, and we don't realize, like in St. Paul right now, the party animals have a full band. They have a the party starters, which is a dance group. They have the party crashers. They have official bartenders that do flair bartenders. Then we have the tailgaters. They have their own tailgating band. We have different hosts for both teams. I mean, it's a full show going out right now.
So the team that's in St. Paul is not branded as Bananas. That's the party crashers.
No, it's the party animals.
Party animals. I'm sorry, party animals.
But you want a fun fact about them?
Yeah, please.
So they have more followers than every Major League Baseball team on TikTok. So they have over 6 million followers.
Right.
The firefighters and tailgaters, they both launched with them this past year.
Yeah.
They're about to pass over 1 million followers. And so it's what we realize is that people are coming to see Banana Ball. They want to see Banana Ball. The Bananas are the big name, 20 million followers or whatever. But they want to see the show.
Right.
I mean, the firefighters, they sold out. We did a stress test with them. We put 3 headlining shows all in Virginia.
Okay.
Norfolk, Richmond, and Salem.
Okay.
All within a couple hours of each other.
Yeah.
They sold out within a day, all of them. And the Bananas weren't involved. And so it's the Banana Ball game. Like back in the day, I never would have assumed that. I never saw us having multiple teams right away.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 years ago that I wrote the idea of forming a league because I looked at what the Globetrotters did. And I don't know much have you studied that with the Globetrotters?
Sure, yeah. No, I'm aware of their history.
They were everything in the 1940s and 50s.
Much bigger than the NBA, much bigger.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I mean, they sold 75,000 tickets in Berlin. They were selling out Madison Square Garden multiple times.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain chose to play for them.
Controversially, yes.
Before going to play for the Lakers. They beat George Bush. They were everything.
Yeah.
And then what happened? They said, we're going to just do the exact same show every single night.
Right.
We're going to form a second Globetrotter team, a third Globetrotter team, and we're going to make the same script. Here comes the confetti.
Right.
And what happened over time, it just became the same show. I saw that. So my question I always pose is, what happens if the Globetrotters in the 1940s and 50s formed their own league? Would they
done their own thing?
All entertainment, but made an entertainment league? Would the NBA have the popularity that it does right now? And so we saw that writing on the wall of people saying, hey, the Bananas, I've seen the show.
Right.
And becoming the road to irrelevance as opposed to the road to creating a whole new sport.
Right.
It's more UFC and boxing.
It's interesting.
Because you got boxing, it's still doing very well.
Sure.
Baseball's going to be tremendous forever. They got the best baseball players in the world.
Yeah.
But then we hopefully have the most entertaining players in the world.
Yeah.
So the people that aren't baseball purists, baseball traditionalists, people that just want to have fun and see things they've never seen before, then that can grow hopefully like the UFC grows.
I mean, that's an important that you're not anti-Major League Baseball.
Oh, I'm fully supportive of it. And they've made great changes and great additions. You see, they're celebrating now than they ever have before. You know, they're having more fun. The games are faster. They are making adjustments. Now, is it still going to be a long journey for them? Yeah, because it's hard. You get so many different interests, and they got TV rights that are doing this, and they're still making tons of money.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make fundamental changes. But we play at 17 Major League stadiums.
When you watch the end of the All-Star game this year, are you like Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie, pointing at the screen, going
I didn't even watch it.
But you're aware that
I'm aware that they had to swing off, and I'm aware anything that you do that gets people talking is a win.
Yeah.
If you get people talking and saying it's not the same thing over and over again, that's good.
Right.
I mean, again, am I a component of doing a home run swing up? That's not. We built our showdowns to be our end of game thing.
Right.
But I think anything that gets people excited. I mean, look what the NHL did, in having the different countries and that world.
Right.
Their viewership went crazy because it created a unique thing. We don't have to be stuck to the way of doing things.
Sure.
And I think that's the challenge when you have a traditional game like baseball. It's hard because you're going to have people that push against it. It's like the season ticket holders. The season ticket holders always want you to be the same.
Okay.
But the new fans want to see something different. And so how do you appease your current fans but also think about your future fans? That's what we're always trying to balance.
Has MLB tried to buy you?
No. And I would never sell. I would never sell.
And you're private.
It's just myself and my wife.
You have no outside investors?
No outside investors, no shareholders, and I will never sell.
Really?
No. Why would I?
I don't know. People are buying Lakers for $10 billion, Jesse. You might want to buy an island. I don't know.
It's not about the money. What would I do? I'd be bored. I think the difference is a lot of people, when they start things, they want to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's never been my interest.
Yeah.
9 years ago, I was sleeping on an airbed.
That's true.
We had to sell our house, empty our savings account. We were living on $30 a week grocery shopping. So it's never been about money.
Yeah.
I want to create 1 billion fans.
Yeah.
And so if someone put $1 billion, and people have thrown crazy numbers at us, we've heard crazy numbers.
So people have kicked the tires.
I get emails and messages and calls every week from people wanting to invest in this, but why would I?
Yeah.
I mean, we love this so much. Every single day we're out here and we get to do things we've never done before and get to have control of creating something.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we going to do if we get money? It's like, yes, buy an island. I mean, what? Then I'd get bored. I'd want to start it. I want to start this up again.
Well, and also, I guess the other part of it too is that if you did take on outside investment, you'd be beholden to a certain degree of growth that you might not have control over. And it seems
100%.
like you are very particular about the way that you want to grow this. You do not want scaling up.
We could make millions and millions more if we charged the ticket price that people would pay.
Right.
The reality is the average ticket on the secondary market is going for over $300.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Our tickets are $40, $50, and $60
Yeah.
with no ticket fees, no convenience fees, no service fees.
Yeah.
They would say, charge the price that you could get.
Dynamic it. Or
100%. They would say, sell every sponsorship you can.
Right.
We have 0.
Right.
They would say, maximize the TV rights. Don't keep your games for free on YouTube.
Right.
We're not going to do that
Right.
because we're playing a long game. So as soon as you get other people in, they have different interests. Our interests are solely in creating more fans.
Yeah.
And if we create 1 billion fans, everything else, the money takes care of itself. Where I'm interested in is making sure I can take care of the players, take care of our staff, take care of our cast, take care of everyone, and do things that people never done before. Like playing at football stadiums is fun.
What did you do before this?
I worked for a finance firm.
You
For
did?
a little bit, yeah.
You
And then I did freelance video stuff.
You did freelance video, but you were in finance? What city were you in?
Charlotte. I did an internship in Charlotte for about 4 months, and then I started my freelance game.
And he was an intern with us. And so
Okay.
most people, when you look, intern, well, you jumped into entertainment, then you done.
Yeah.
Intern,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at most of our team, they start and then they stay because we have fun and we do things that are pretty cool.
Now tell me about the social media component of this, because obviously you figured out something here in terms of the ability to show in a short burst what the excitement is around what you're doing is, and it's that phenomenon, sort of feeds on itself. And how big of an ingredient has that been to the growth of Banana Ball?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It started our first year. In our first season, we never knew the value. I mean, we knew, understand, like to show things that are pretty cool, show things that are fun. Like we wanted to do that. But our first year, the song Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake came out. And we said, oh, what if we turned it into Can't Stop the Peeling? And now we didn't have an Instagram. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have any of that. But we did a music video of our players and our staff just lip syncing to Can't Stop the Peeling. And all of a sudden, I'll never forget, I'm driving into work. We put it out at 8 a.m. and I'm watching on Facebook. It's just going thousands and thousands and thousands of views. And people are just, this is so much fun. Because to see players and staff and cast do a whole music video, that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
And I saw that, I was like, wow, that's special. And so we said, all right. So we brought in an intern videographer and we hired him full time. Now we were just a college summer team. We hired a full-time videographer as a small college summer team. One of our 8 total staff members was a full-time videographer. Right. That was crazy. Right. But we realized that if we could show the fun, show the players dancing, show the banana nanas, show the banana baby, show the banana bands, that people would say, oh wow, this is different.
Right.
But it was never about market to get people to come to the game.
Yeah.
It was about create an epic experience. Film, capture that, and share that. It was the inverted way of looking at it. Most people look at marketing as use marketing or social media to try to get people to buy something.
Yeah.
We looked at it as, no, create a great experience first, capture that and share that, and maybe more people will say, wow, I want to be a part of that. It was the different way of looking at it. So then we just started capturing everything, and we started coming up with ideas first. So it wasn't like, hey, let's just hope something good happens tonight.
Right.
It was, what can we do tonight that's never happened before on a baseball field? How can we practice it, rehearse it, capture it, and then put it out that night?
But also it creates this wild word of mouth around it. I mean, one thing that I noticed is that there are no ads for Banana Ball. Come down to Camden Yards this weekend, like you used to see for things, and you sell it out immediately.
We spend $0 on advertising. 0. We've never spent $1 on traditional advertising because if you invest, you got to look at it differently. You got to invest everything on the experience.
Okay.
If you make the experience so good, then your marketers are your fans, is everyone that comes. So we look at 45,000 people tonight, 45 tomorrow night. If we create really cool things, you might have 90,000 people sharing on social media, sharing with their friends, word of mouth, and all of a sudden saying, that was one of the best nights I had. And we got to create an experience that's worthy of them saying that.
You wrote a book.
A few, yeah.
A few, that's right. How often do you have businesses who are trying to tap, your knowledge and your experience in terms of just growing something and or looking to bring you in to talk to you and get your consultation about stuff? Is that something that happens?
At first, nobody. At first, no one. I was trying to get into. So when we first started, we sold sponsorship, and we knocked on every door, and we called everyone. I got thrown out of offices. Hung up on. It happened nonstop.
Yeah.
And then once we started having success, I probably get 200 or 300 speaking requests a year. I've been fortunate to speak in front of Fortune 50 companies. It's crazy. I'm blown away. I'm speaking at a company that I've looked up to that's one of the biggest companies in the world, and they're asking me to share what we've learned. It's humbling, but I think the greatest leaders, the greatest organizations learn from outside their industry. I haven't learned from the baseball industry. I learned from Saturday Night Live. I learned from the Grateful Dead. I learned from Cirque du Soleil. I learned from WWE. I learned from Taylor Swift. I learned from Mr. Beast. I learned from Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I learned from Apple. And so I think some of these organizations are very smart, and they're saying, you know what? Can we take something from a crazy team called the Savannah Bananas and Banana Ball on how they create fans and maybe try to put some of those ingredients in? It shows a lot, and it's fun speaking with them because I learn a ton about what they're trying to do to look at customers in a different way. So,
what potential out there is to grow internationally?
There's a lot, and we get asked that question regularly. I think we've got a lot of offers on the table to go international. But I also look at the fact that we play in front of 2.2 million fans this year. Played in front of 1 million the year before. 500,000 the year before that, 100,000 the year before that. Major League Baseball this past year had 70 million fans. Back in their heyday, they had 80 million fans. We're only playing in front of 2 million. We've got a lot of opportunities, and it's not just in the big cities. I want to go to Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Oregon. I want to go to all the places that most people wouldn't go. That there's still, whether it's 100,000 people in a town or whether it's 1 million, there's still people that we think we can bring joy to. So the answer is yes, we will go international. But we got a lot of work to do in the States, and we got a lot of places we got to go. I want to have Banana Ball USA map, and you can put all of our teams and be able to play the whole entire country where people can drive within 4 hours and see a Banana Ball game. Once we do that, I think then it opens up the opportunity to start going other places.
But you want to do this carefully. The idea is not to have 6 different Bananas teams running around the world, right?
Every team's completely different. So the best example here is Cirque du Soleil.
Every circus.
So as I study them, you're going to get acrobatics and a story and look at a circus in a different way. But one might be with water, one might be with the Beatles music, one might be with Michael Jackson music. And so that's the way we look at it. You're going to get Banana Ball, which is going to have nonstop trick plays, nonstop celebrations, and the fast-paced game where fans can get involved. But you're going to see a different point of view. The party animals, it's the greatest party in sports.
Are you seeing banana effect? You mentioned Taylor Swift. And I've seen that how when she would come into town for a weekend, it would sort of it would adapt in the economy. Do you see that with?
We've been very fortunate. So like Charlotte, we played 2 sold-out games of the Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. That was 148,000 fans. They said it was the near record capacity for hotels, the history of Charlotte that weekend. And so now when we go to cities, tourism gets involved. They want to contribute, whether it's any of our teams, because fans travel in. And this is the crazy thing. People wait 3 years on the wait list and they get their opportunity. So if it's to see the firefighters or the tailgaters, or they got to go to Michigan or they got to go to California, I'm going. This is my chance.
This wait list is just going to give me opportunities anywhere, and I got to make up my mind whether or
once
not
you join. So the process works is, so the way we look at it is, and we had to adapt. We had no idea how to do this. Most people, it's like, here's our schedule release, buy tickets. What we wanted to do is create an event. So in early October, we have what used to be called the World Tour Draft. Now we're calling it the Selection Show. And so literally we had fans fly in from 38 states the last few years to find out where we're going to play. So we put on a whole live event. So picture the NFL Draft. And now with the first pick in the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour Draft, with the first pick in the 2025, we announced where we're going to go, and people start cheering. And then what happens in the first 48 hours this past year, over 2 million people join the lottery list. So you got to win the lottery first. So what happens, so they'll choose, I want to go to I want to go to Baltimore. You know, I want to go to Grand Rapids, wherever it is. And they choose, and we get a list. So each city, like Grand Rapids for the party animals, the bananas weren't there. That 90,000 people joined the list from Grand Rapids. So we only have 2 or 3 days. You know, you can only take care of 30,000 fans. So every city, we agree at that list, and that's how we know where the demand is, and that's how we know how we're going to sell.
What about the sphere?
That's tough. If someone asked that before, you know, I'm more intrigued. I think about aircraft carriers. I think about beaches. I think about Central Park.
Yeah.
I think about you know, places. Indoors are hard. You know, we can do indoor football potentially.
Yeah.
But indoor, the sphere would be hard.
Has anyone approached you about doing versions of this for other sports? Like,
yeah. I hear every day. I hear softball, and I want to help. So you know, there's and the fun and the talent level. I would love to, but you know, focus on one thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. And I think we have a long ways to go. I mean, think about it. We're just started. The first game we played was just 5 years ago.
What's a misstep, Jesse? What's something?
Oh, geez. Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Oh, every step of the way. I mean, the first, when we announced the Savannah Bananas, the first shipment of T-shirts, we misspelled our own name. We had too many N's in bananas. True story.
Double N at the beginning?
Yeah, we had 2 N's in the middle. We had just a disaster. You know, the first time we went to a major league stadium, our ticket system broke down in Houston, just completely shut down. Our first big merch launch, our merch system, the whole website shut down.
I got one of the first shirts. I was wondering if you or your wife folded it and sent it. Like
there was a small group of us. They may have, but you know, our first game on ESPN last year, the transmission went out. The first 10 minutes, it wasn't working. Everything we've done for the first time, there's been failures.
Saturday Night Live did that. Didn't they have that happen too? The transmission going out
on Saturday Night Live? Yeah,
so.
probably.
Yeah.
That might have been intentional though. But yeah, I mean, whenever you do something you've never done before, there's failures. You know, we had challenges at football stadiums. Our first one city world tour, the whole sound broke down. We had a complete issue with the sound. That's expected. But the question is, are you willing to get back up and do it again?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, our first night of all-you-can-eat food, it was a 3-hour wait in Savannah. People waited 3 hours for all-you-can-eat food.
Yeah.
It was a disaster. We didn't know we were going to go through 10,000 pieces of meat in an hour. But then the next night, we moved stanchions. So, like, we assumed that there were going to be missteps. There are going to be challenges.
Yeah.
But the question is, can we learn from them? And that's why every single night at the end of the night, we do an LCP, Learn, Change, Plus. So on our script, we will literally go through the script and we will keep notes on every single thing that we did. And we will write, you know, what can we get better? What can we learn? What would change? What would we plus? Merchandise does the same. World Tour does the same. Broadcast does the same. Banana Ball does the same. So our whole culture is a learning culture. And so we know if we build that culture, it's not the end of the world when we fail. It's just, let's get better the next show.
Do you care about winning over skeptics? You know, like the people who are like grumpy about Banana Ball and, you know, want to hate it, want to not be into it. But, you know, does that appeal to you, the idea of like, you know, come out and see it and they actually experience it? Or at this point you're so big that it doesn't really matter?
No, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Emily and I and our entire organization, we care so much about the fans. And the truth is we still care what people think.
So if someone's like, oh, I hate that Banana Ball.
Oh, every day. I mean, I've had people put memes, pictures of me behind bars. Like, I mean, it's, I get some serious hate. And it's okay, I think.
Where do you think that's coming from? Is it coming from like baseball purists? Or?
Yeah, and misunderstanding. I think, you know, most of those people that throw the hate, they haven't been to our shows.
Sure.
But you know what? To a degree, it motivates me, inspires me. The ones that I clip, I save every one that says this will be gone in a few years, or this is a fad. I have hundreds of comments, and I'm never going to say anything back to them. But I look at it and I said, the only way you become a fan is if you keep doing the same things over and over again, and you don't improve, you don't plus the experience, and you don't care about the fans.
Sure.
And so when I look at those every day, when I see those, oh, it's a fad, it'll be gone in a few years. Oh, they're having their 15 minutes. They jumped the shark. I've seen all those comments. Those fire me up in a good way, because I can't wait till 10, 20, 30, 40 years when we build this sport to what it can become, and you see future generations playing the games. That excites me. So those I take in a good way.
What do you want to see tonight when you look out to the fans and you see like who the composition of your crowd, like, you know, like just what are you looking for? What is the evidence to you of like a good crowd? Is it, you want to see young people, old people, families? You want, I mean, obviously.
Well, what I pay attention to is engagement. So the demographics are 2 to 92. I mean, you'll see it. It's every type of background, you know, diverse. It's all over. I look for the reactions and the responses.
Yeah.
So what I pay attention to as soon as we start our show out there, I mean, again, we're gonna be out there in a little bit, and I pay attention to when we do the opening, when we come in and we're clapping and we're on stage, and there'll be about 10, 15,000 people out there 3-4 hours before the game.
Someone told me they were going at 4. I was like, what?
That's late. That's late. There's already 7,000 people here.
Yeah.
So when we get out there and I get on stage, and once we have our thing and we finish, and I take a beat, and I can tell how loud the crowd responds. And I learned this from Michael Jackson. If you remember the Super Bowl performance, he gets up like here and he goes like this, and he just stands there like this, and he tries to build it. So I stand and I pause, and I see, does it get louder, does it respond? And I can tell right then this is gonna be a unique crowd. And then when we get in here, once we start doing things, the level, the energy, the loud, when I say, all right, everyone on your feet, how quickly do they get to their feet? Do some people not go? So all that I pay attention to, because if they're not responding quick, then we gotta adjust the show. So then I look at, all right, we need more sing-alongs, we need more moments. So we're constantly calling audibles, because our goal is at the end of the game, to every single person, no one to leave, and everyone standing, no matter what the score is at the end of the game, in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And to do that, we have to work it the whole night from 2 o'clock on. So I pay attention more to their reactions than I do their demographic, because our demographics is so widespread. It's every age, every demographic, young people, old people, families just want to have fun.
And how much will you tweak in accordance to like where you're playing? Like, do you throw in a little bit of like nod to Baltimore?
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah, we're doing a promotion, Who's Got Crabs? Tonight, and then tomorrow we're doing Crab My Pants. So, oh yeah, we definitely pay tribute to it, and we'll honor and recognize some Oriole players. We might even have some music of a famous band or a well-known band here in Baltimore. So wherever we go, we want to kind of give a tip of the hat to this market, because we're here in your home, and if we're here in a home, that we want to make sure it's not just coming and passing by. I think many artists, they come in, it's just another venue.
Right, you want the show in Charlotte to be different than the show in Baltimore, and the show in...
And we want people to feel that, like, hey, we hear you. We listen to you. We paid attention to you. We know what matters most. I mean, in St. Louis, we did the Clydesdale race, but we had, instead, because the Budweiser, but we had a Clyde versus a Dale. We always pay tribute. In Philly, we did the brotherly shove, the push tush, and we did a whole promotion with that. And so wherever we go, we try to do something that says, hey, we get it. And those are part of our idea sessions. So we come up with those idea sessions that week to lead into it. So
now, only one person has ever hit the warehouse. Do you think you could do that?
Who did it?
I think it was Bonds.
Was it?
Yeah, I think only one person has hit.
I know Rack was trying during BP, and a few of the guys were trying.
I don't know about BP, but I think there's only been one in game, and there's a brick somewhere that's...
Yeah, that's a bomb. But you will be surprised. I mean, we watched on the Firefighters, Logan Lacey, he hit a ball at Fenway, over everything, lands down street. It was unbelievable. I mean, that's what people don't realize. These guys can play.
Yeah.
That's the surprising thing. When people come, I think that's because they're like, oh, I thought it was just dancing and they were okay. But when they see some of these things, I mean, I challenge, some big leaguers would take time. Backflip catches and aerial catches and doing something, that takes time. And that's where I think when people realize, oh, it's not the Globetrotters, they're building a sport. And I think there's gonna be kids that grow up and that say, I wanna play banana ball. And I'm seeing it already start to happen, which is exciting.
I know you gotta go, just a couple
Yeah, we're good. I got 10.
I got a 12-year-old little leaguer.
Yes.
It's an intense sport.
So he plays, does he travel?
He's doing rec for now. He's travel interested, but...
What position?
He's a catcher.
Okay.
That's his jam. He likes getting dirty. But, there's a lot of intensity around youth sports, not just Little League. And, I can't help but think that, all these kids out here are sort of being reoriented with the idea baseball is fun, it's a fun game, and it's not just all intensity and win. It's probably healthy.
That's why we played when we were kids.
Yeah, right.
And then something changed.
Yeah, right. A flip switched. Right?
It just changed, and everything came about competition.
Yeah.
And that, I think, has actually made less kids want to play.
Yeah.
Because the thing that we've realized is if you have fun, you play better.
Yeah, sure.
It's not, yes, is winning fun 100%. But our guys every night, they just come out here to have fun. And they do things they maybe wouldn't have done if it was solely competitive. And now they're not competing against each other, they're just competing to put on a good show.
Well, what's even crazier is in baseball, there's this mindset of if you're having fun, you're disrespectful, which is really crazy.
Well, it's challenging. You watch unfortunately what the NCAA is doing. I don't think a bat flip is necessarily, people think that it's against the other team. I tell all our guys, no, celebrate as much as you can, but celebrate with your team and get the fans. What NFL did really well is they encourage it. NFL, when you score a touchdown, whatever you want to do, it's good. And what you have is you have young kids watching this, which, If they're having fun, is it good for the game or not? You know, you have so many baseball traditionalists that say this is wrong. You know, act like you've done it before. You know, play the game with respect. My dad told me that when I was a kid. And so if I hit a home run in Little League, it was like, you just come in, high five, do your thing. And now Dad, we're the exact opposite. I want you acting like it's the biggest home run in the history of sports. Because that'll get the whole crowd into it more. And so if you're trying to build the sport or build the game and get more kids to play, you've got to encourage having fun. And I think that's what we're trying to do. And that's why, you know, we've had 2 youth tournaments where we've had kids come from all 50 states to come play in the youth tournament because they're encouraged to walk up and they're encouraged to do celebrations. They're encouraged to go through the legs. And I think, like, my son, he wouldn't play traditional baseball. He's 7 years old. But every day he goes in the backyard, plays on the pitch back, and he's catching balls like this. He's catching balls like this because he can go out and have fun.
Well, you don't. It's not like binary. You can do both, right?
You can do both, and you can do both. But we're getting so much stimulation now with phones, TV, everything. The kids get entertainment at their fingertips. If it's just a generic game where you're just playing, it's harder to get truly excited. But if you can go out and just have fun and just do things like, you know what, I'm going to act like I'm hitting a home run like we were in the backyards when we were kids, and you act like you're Barry Bonds, or like for me it was Hideo Nomo, and all those guys. Like, what if we have kids now acting like their favorite banana ball players and doing their walk-ups and doing their celebrations?
How often will you sit and watch a major league game?
Never.
Never.
I never watch a major league game. I mean, I remember when I was coming up with the game of banana ball and the rules, I watched a lot of it because I was watching the friction points. And the biggest moment for me, I remember watching Yasiel Puig. And I was like, all right, the Dodgers are kind of exciting. But I watched Puig come into the box, and he did. And I actually, after the first one, I did a timer. And he was 25 to 30 seconds in between each pitch. And that's what I was like, we got to get rid of. If you step out of the box, it's a strike. And so I watched it to notice the friction points. Right now, if I see a game on, like, I'm walking, you know, if I'm in the airport or whatever, and I see a game on, I just watch the people behind home plate. And I'm always paying attention to the people behind home plate. Are they on their phone? Are they talking? How many, if you do a snapshot, are directly watching the game at that moment? Because you cannot watch and still not miss anything. To an extent, you can literally talk and do this and then look up at the right moment and still see a moment. I want people that if you blink or look away, you may miss something special in banana ball. So that's what I'm focused on. When I'm watching that, it's fascinating. And not all the seats are full. It's empty. They get in late whenever they show up, and they're not engaged.
No, it's so true.
And so that's what when you say I watch a crowd, I'm watching engagement. And you can watch that in Major League Baseball, you can watch it in football, you can watch it anywhere else.
They're courtside basketball fans.
They're on their phones and then I think that's a responsibility of the owner. That's a responsibility of the team. If people are in their phones and doing things, you're not doing a good enough job entertaining them. And people think I do get that as a criticism. Oh, there's too much going on. Okay, I'd rather have they're like, we didn't know where to watch. The first base coach is dancing, this is happening over here, this is going on. I'd rather have that than have, I'm bored and I want to go home. If someone wants to leave a game early, we failed. And I think anybody in sports, if they see their fans are leaving early, can't blame it on the team for not playing well. You have to do things better. And that's what I'm trying to continue to focus with all of our teams. We got to get better to make the show better.
What if Bob Iger came to you and said, Jesse, we want you to run parks?
Well, we've built a relationship with Disney. So,
really?
They had Savannah Bananas Day at Disneyland this past year.
That's always been your guy, Walt.
Walt. And I have a lot of respect for Bob Iger and what they've done. I think we'll have some unique opportunities to partner in the years moving forward with Disney and what they're doing. And we've had games on Disney Plus. We've already done the Savannah Bananas Day at Disneyland. But the parks I love the parks. I have had a big, I went there a lot when I was a kid. I got to experience it. But this is our thing.
What about Bananaland? Has that been discussed?
100%. and it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll build it, and it'll be unlike anything anyone's ever seen before. And I dream of that constantly. But we still have to build a sport. We haven't even started our league yet. We got to build our league, work on the future generation of banana ball players and fans, and then in the future we might build a Bananaland. So this is right now. So 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock is rope drop. So all the players sign for the first hour. Then we have a VIB meet and greet, so we have VIBs coming now on the field. And then we have a show going on out there from 3 o'clock until 4:30. So with all of our cast, a full show. Then at 4:30 is our march. So this is our marches, you've probably seen the videos where we come out and we march and then we do a big opening. That's at 4:30, so you'll probably miss that, but there'll be 10,000 people out there and that's our big opening. Then we have a gap until basically 5:30. So we let people, our goal is for them to all get their food. We want everyone to get your food so you can get in your seat. But by literally 6 o'clock, it is full show down here. I mean, we go full steam ahead. It is, look, it's every minute. Every minute we have things into the full show. And And then anything shaded here, that's something we've never done in front of a crowd. So you can see I got crabs